Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Myself Manish. Today we are doing this demonstration or this elastic load balancer. So what exactly this elastic load balancer do? So there are three types of load balancer. So basically this elastic load balancer will provide these fault tolerances and the high availability. And using this load balancer distribute this web traffic to the available servers. And another things you can say like this load balancer refers to this efficient distributing this incoming traffic across a group of this backend server. So there are three types of load balancer. First one, that is the application load balancer. Second one, that is the network load balancer. And third one, that is the classic load balancer. Under this application load balancer, there are it work on this seventh layer of this OSI model, and there are two ports are used, that is HTTP and HTTPS. And under this network load balancer, it is working on fourth layer of this OSI model, and there are three ports are used, that is TCP, UDP and TLS. And it is providing this latency is very good under this network load balancer. And classic load balancer is working on this, and also we can say that is the previous generation, and it works on fourth and seventh OSI layer model. So there are there are all ports are used, that is HTTP, HTTPS, TCP and SSL. So under this application load balancer, it is defined the target, that is for this IP, lambda and instances. And under this network, there is the target is defined for IP and instance. Okay, so now in this lab we are doing this activity under this application load balancer. So how we can apply this application load balancer on this web pages which we have created under this Linux machine. So now I am creating three instances at the same time. So you can apply this elastic load balancer within one region, but there are maybe different availability zone you can select, or the same availability zone, but you need to select and you need to specify the target group. So where you need to specify the particular subnet which you are using, right? So I am going to select this Linux machine, and yeah, same general purpose T2 micro, you need to select it, configure. Here I am going to create the 4 Linux machine, and we will try to check either it is working or not for this application load balancer. So default VPC we are selecting. Here we are taking this availability zone as 1A. Okay, for all the 4 instances you can create different instance in a different availability zone. So one by one you need to create. So for this demonstration, we are creating 4 instances under this same availability zone. You can, while you are doing this demonstration, you can do another way, that is one instance you will create in one availability zone, second in another availability zone. So like that you can create all these 4 instances and you can do it. Now I am creating all these 4 instances under this same availability zone. Just click on next. Here I am going to select same volume, add. Here I am going to no, I am not specifying any tag. This I am going to cancel it. Configure the security group. I am creating one security group as elastic load balancer service group 10. Here I need to specify some ports, that is HTTP and HTTPS port. I'm going to specify. Here I'm going to select source as anywhere. You need to review and launch it. I'm going to create one key having the name elastic load balancer key 1, key 10. Okay, just download it. and the key is same for all the instances, right? Now all four instances is now creating. So at the same time we are creating four instances. Now all are in these pending states. So one by one we are accessing all these four instances, and we will create one web page under this HTTP protocol, HTTP utility. So just I am taking the putty of each of the server, copy. Here you need to save that private key under this desktop. Just selecting desktop, ELB key 10. Just save it and close it. Open your putty, paste this IP address. Here under this SSH auth is there. You just browse it and open same key and open it. Here you can access your Linux machine EC2-user. Okay. Now one machine is now created. Under that, just I'm going to install this HTTP software using this yum utility httpd, and we will create one page. So go to under this slash var slash www slash html ls. There is no file we are creating, that is index.html, and here I am going to write, that is suppose server 1 wq. I am going to exit from this server. Okay. One server I have created. Now check this another server. Okay, first we will add this two server in Elastic Load Balancer, and then we will add this another two servers. So first we will create these web pages in all the servers. So just take the putty and same key you need to use for all the instance. Here ELB 10, open it. Here I am taking putty again, EC2-user. Here sudo space su yum space install space httpd as vr space slash var slash s var slash www slash html. Under this index.html file we are creating, and here I am specifying that is server 2. I am just going to save it, exit it. Okay. Now go to under third server. Here I need to check the public IP address. To under putty, paste it, open it, auth, browse. Same key need to take, open. Let's open it. EC2-user. Sudo space su yum space install space httpd space -y. page is now created. VS space slash var slash www slash html slash index not html server 3. Let's save it. Open third server. Fourth server I need to open. Okay, one mistake we have done. We have not started this HTTP service on all the servers. So we need to take again putty of all the servers and start this HTTP service. So on fourth server we will start it. User yum space install space httpd space hyphen y vi space slash var slash www slash html slash index not html. Here I need to specify server 4 and save it. Here is the command, that is the system ctl space status space httpd. Here you will get the status by using this command. This is disabled, you need to restart it using this command. And I'm going to do this same setting in all other three servers till the time I'm going to pause this video. Okay, now we have restarted all the servers having this HTTP service on all the four servers. So I have restarted. Now we will create one elastic load balancer. Here is the option, that is the elastic load balancer under EC2. So under this load balancing there is the option of load balancer. So first we need to specify the name of this load balancer. Create load balancer. Here is the option application load balancer. So we are creating it for this application load balancer. Just click on it. Here you need to specify some name, that is the application ELB I'm giving. And here is the scheme, that is the internet facing. So always you need to keep under this internet facing. Here is the option of this, you can use this IP version 4 or dual stack. So I am going to select this IP version 4. Here is the listener. The option is HTTP and HTTPS. Two options you will get here. So by default HTTP is there. Here is the option of add listener. Just click on it and check. So I don't want to add any other listener. Here is the option of availability zone, right? So I have created that all the Linux machine in under this availability zone 1A, right? So whatever the EC2 instance under this availability zone, it will directly detect. So I am selecting all the EC2 instance, all the availability zone which are available. So where these machines are available, it will directly detect. Okay, and those availability zone not having any EC2 instance, so that's not an issue for us. But in your organization, if you are configuring this load balancing, so you need to make sure your EC2 instance under which availability zone are available. So according you need to specify this availability zone. Here is the option of this acceleration, so we are not giving it. So just I'm going to configure security. Here it is asking for this existing group. Okay, so we have already created one security group having the name, that is this elastic load balancer SG10, right? This is my key which you have created. Now here you will get this time also. On 23:28 I have created it. So I'm just clicking on configure routing. Here is the option of target group. So you need to specify this target group, as I am giving specifying this name target group. Here you need to select this target type, on which target you want to do this load balancing. On instances I am going to select. So just you need to click on instance. You can do this load balancing over this instances, IP, or this lambda function. These three options you will get under this protocol HTTP and HTTPS. So I am selecting HTTP. Health check, it is asking for this again same thing, so I am keeping same. Advanced setting is there. So under this advanced setting you will get the option of this health check setting. Okay, so I am going to register this target. Here you need to add your target, right? So I am going to select this two machine first, and I need to add it. Okay, so this load balance I'm just selecting. Okay, now again I am selecting three machines at the same time, and after that we will add this one machine again. So I'm going to register it, and all three machines are here added or not. Okay, only two machines I think added. 6 7 and 1B. Okay, 9 2 it is not added. Okay, no issue. Just click on it. It is any option of save or remove. Okay, only remove option is there. Okay, no issue. Okay, if suppose you can select it. Okay, no issue. Okay, just review it, and you can again add it if you want to edit anything. Here all these default option which I have not selected. For this health check you will get all this information. There is the timeout, unhealthy, healthy. If suppose the success code is 200, that means it is healthy, right? 200 OK message. If suppose it is unhealthy, it will display some error. So I am going to create it. Now this load balancer created. So it will take some time to provisioning to available state. Here we will show, we will check all this option. Here is the description. Under this description you will get one DNS name. So this is the DNS name. So whatever server you have added under it, just check it, either it is working or not. So still it is not functioning because it is in provisional state, and these are the settings are available. So you can check first your EC2 instance. I'm going under these instances, and I'm just showing under which network we have created our Linux machine, right? So under which availability zone we have created. Okay, here is the option, that is the availability 1A, right? So under this availability 1A we have created all the servers. If you have created these multiple servers in different availability zone, then you need to specify that particular availability zone, because we don't know for testing purpose this which availability zone we have created our EC2 instance, and we have just randomly selected all the availability zone, right? But in your case you need to select that proper, that correct availability zone where your EC2 instance are available, right? So there is this listener. Under this listener, this is the port is available, which port you want. And here is the monitor. If you want to monitor it, you can monitor. Integrated services are there. Tag, if you are added any tag, just go to under this target group and check. Just select on it, and check under this action. Okay, no, there is no other options. Okay, still it is not activated, that why it is not reflecting other options. Just refreshing it. Yeah, it is now active, right? So go to under this. Okay, check and okay, okay, target group. Just select on it and click on target group 1. Okay, so here is the option, that is the group detail. You will get under this group detail, you will get all this. Here is the option, that is the success code 200, that means it is healthy. And this is the target where we have selected. This is my instances. These two instances I have registered with this elastic load balancer. Okay, now yeah, and the status is showing healthy. Now you need to check either this link is working or not. Okay, I need to select this load balancer again. Under this description, you need to go and copy your DNS server and paste it again. Let's see it is working or not. It is not working. If suppose it is not working, then we need to check it under the Signico window, because sometimes this some cache and buffer is stored under this Chrome. So you can check it under this Chrome also. It's taking time. Yeah, now it's open. Yeah, one moment. Yeah, now you can see this load balancing is working for the servers, so which I have added. Now you need to refresh this page and check either this load balancing is working or not properly. So first time, again I am going to copy this link under this Firefox. Here server 2 is showing server 1, right? So here is load balancing is moving. Okay, so now this load balancing is working properly. Now we are going to add another two machines under this load balancer. So go to under this target group. Here you need to click on target, and you need to register the target again, right? So which target we have clicked, that is 8B and 67 we have already selected. Another two target we will select 8B67. Okay, 8B67, 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 this already we have selected. Now we are selecting these remaining two servers, right? And we need to register it. Include as pending, just click on it. Now I have clicked, and just you need to register this pending target. Now both all four servers are now registered, but still these two servers are now initialized, so it will take some time to initialize it. So till the time I am going to pause it. Now all four machines are now healthy. You need to check it again. 1 4 3 2 1. That means this load balancer is now working for all these four servers. So this is the lab regarding this elastic load balancer on this application load balancer. So in next video we will do this demonstration over this network load balancer, how this network load balancer will work. So here we have selected the uh, instances. In next video we will do this demonstration over the IP, right? So thank you guys, thank you for watching this video.